Welcome back. It is winter here in Utah and it just keeps on snowing. But because of so much snow, we haven't been able to get out and ride the Can-Am because it's just too dang cold. One of the reasons it's so cold is we get so much air drifting in from around the windshield and down in the cab. And then the snow blows in and then you have, you're just covered in snow even inside. To try to alleviate this problem, we have a cab kit that we're going to put on from Kemimoto. We just installed their windshield, which we've liked so far. We have their side mirrors with the LED lights on them. And we've liked their stuff so far, so I thought might as well try this window or cab kit as well. So let's get right into it. We weren't expecting this cab kit to come in for another month. On their website it said back ordered and would ship when they get it, but I guess they got it. So let's pull this out and see what we actually have here. This should cover both of our door panels and create a window system for us. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to work with our door handles, because we have not installed door handles. It's still the stock ones, the little pull-on right here. So it'll be interesting to see how you reach in to get that. Every cab kit seems to be different. Some have little zippers here, some have little like pull straps, whatever. But I don't know if we're gonna have to undo any of our roof stuff to get Velcro around, which might be a pain with our roof rack, but I'm sure it's doable though. From what I can see on the instructions, it's just Velcro straps, basically. So, as you can see here, just going through, Velcroing it around. I hope it's as easy as it looks, because that doesn't look half bad. Then we can go test this thing out. I think Kara's going to like not being, covered in snow when we go out riding. All right. Interesting. Okay. So I'm thinking this one is the passenger side. Gonna go something like that. It does feel like it's nice material, nice thick plastic here, so it should be pretty durable. My parents had one of these soft enclosures on their Razor with tracks on it, and that enclosure always worked really well, and I think this is going to do just fine. One of the big things with getting this enclosure is we don't want to have to put on all of our snowmobile gear every time we go out riding in the snow a little bit or in the cold. If we wanted to have to put all that gear on, we'd just take our snowmobiles and go. So this is going to hopefully make it a way more enjoyable experience for us. After looking over the directions, pretty dang easy. So this just goes right on like this. One thing we're gonna have to do is we'll have to go through and loosen the Velcro on the windshield to get some room there. Make our way around our side mirrors here. Then I went through and I loosened the roof. With this roof rack on, it holds it down so tight that we're not gonna be able to get the Velcro up underneath it. And should go on pretty easy. Doesn't look too hard. There are two screws, one right here and one right over here that you have to pull out, and there's two little spots for those to go through. And then it Velcros to the door. Instead of Velcroing on this top, like the directions say, we don't want the Velcro right here, because if we ever take it off, I don't know if it's going to leave a residue or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Velcro down underneath here, inside the door frame. Then we'll just tuck the enclosure up underneath there, and I think it should work just as well. We might have some issues with water getting in the cab a little bit more that way, but I think that's going to be better than having this with a big sticky strip on it. So I think that's just going to be a better option for us. I know that's not what the directions say, but overall that's what I think is going to be the best option. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start out by loosening off the windshield, and then I can get this cab kit put on. While I'm doing this, if you want, Kara, you could go around and you could show them the other side. We kind of cheated a little bit and we put on the other side first while we weren't filming to see how it goes on. That way we don't have a bunch of mistakes on the filming. We've found it just works better that way, is to put one on, not filmed, and then film putting the one on that we know how to do. So
this is how we did our our window enclosure. You can see that strapped on in several different places. and where the screw is right there, and the other screw is right here. So to get into our side-by-side, we gotta pull the mirror. And on the inside, you can see what we were talking about. We just tucked our Velcro up underneath that lip right there. These are if we wanted to roll this up. And you can see there are the straps right there to roll it up in case we want it for, you know, better weather, whatever may be. Nice thing is it does zip right up right there once we get door shut. While Jesse's working on the other one, getting it tucked up underneath the roof right there, you can see where the Velcro hooks over the roll bar. So he's got to loosen that up. In the meantime, all of these others, they are just a wrap around right here. Pretty simple. We had to loosen up the windshield to work that in. I mean, there is that little bit right there where you may get some water collecting or whatever may be, but I don't feel that that's too big of a deal. I mean, we are, you know, outside ATVing in the elements anyways. And when we are ready to take off, shut the door, close up this really nice, thick zipper, good pull. You actually got some room on your hand. Sometimes you get these little dinky zippers you can't even hang on to. And it tucks all the way down in. I mean, granted, we might get a little bit of something down in there, but for the most part, we are completely enclosed, other than a couple little gaps right there to get around the mirror. But for the most part, with the bolt right there holding that in, and the bolt back here, there's not going to be any flapping on that window encasement. Coming around this other side, I'm checking in with Jess just to see where he's at.
In the time that Kara was over there showing you that side, I was able to get it kind of rough fit here. I pulled the screw out from right here. I'm just going to get it put back in. Just go ahead and finger tighten it first before I cinch it all the way up. Just nice and easy here. Don't want to strip anything out. And then do the same thing right here. So there's this little screw right here that I need to pull out. And luckily my steering wheel is right in the way. Now, when we did the other side, the screw wasn't long enough that I had to take the washer off. With the washer, the screw, I just couldn't get it all the way to get a good thread on there. So I'm just gonna do it without the washer this time, because I fiddled around with that one for a little while before I decided maybe without the washer would be the better way to go. Well, that one was way easier without having to try with the washer. That's one of the reasons we go through and do it first on the other side, and then we film this side. It makes it a little cleaner. Okay, now we just need to go through and tighten up this Velcro here and work it around this side view mirror. It's just kind of right in the wrong spot for this. This weekend, we were up at the cabin for New Year's, and I was riding around in one of our neighbors' Polaris Generals, really nice machine. And he has a full soft cab enclosure from Polaris. And these panels are every bit as nice as what was on his Polaris kit. So I'm really happy with this so far. I know a lot of people spend a lot more money on the other cab kits, but I think this is a really good thing. Just gonna go through, done up all the Velcro here, just to try to make sure, tucked up a little bit, make sure everything's good. And then Kara's gonna jump in and do the interior. Her smaller hands work better than mine for that.
I'm just gonna pull apart our two-part Velcro.
Set that off to the side. Don't need that for right now.
Let's get rid of that. We do have, when we're doing this, we do have this little cross piece right there that I've got to kind of cut around. So I'm going to measure and then cut where I need to be.
Now this isn't how Kemimoto said to do it, but this is how we're doing it because it works best for us.
Like I mentioned, this is the rough side. So if we're putting that rough side right there,
it's gonna be rough.
it's literally just gonna be rough. And like I said, it could get dirty when it's summertime, collecting dirt, dust, and it may stop Velcroing in the end. So kind of protects it, keeps it clean, keeps it from rubbing off, peeling off. I don't know. We may regret it. We may think it's the most wonderful thing ever, but
in the end, it's just Velcro.
in the end, it's Velcro, sticky Velcro. So let me.
If we find this doesn't work, we can always run down to the craft store and buy some more.
That's right. So I keep sticking to myself here. So just tuck it right there, right out of sight, right under that little lip. Stretching out the wrinkles as I go here. And with cutting that, I've got a little extra on both ends, so if something doesn't completely line up, I've got a little extra there. And all right, let's try and fit this in now.
I think if we shut you in, it might hold the door even better.
Okay.
And I need to zip it.
Zip me up. And I'm just going to tuck that up like so. And under. Kitchen. Now that we've got that in, we might need to make a couple little adjustments with Velcro here and there so it's not pulling, you know, too tight, but overall I think we've got it in and secured, and now it's a matter of just trying it.
Yeah, we'll have to go out for a little spin.
Early the next morning.
Yesterday we finished putting the door panels on, so now we're going to take it for a little spin and see how it is. Kara's all bundled up, ready to go. What do you think so far?
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet?
Hoping for good things though.
Just been cruising around to kind of test out these new door panels, and so far so good. Went down a little bit of a muddy road, sprayed some mud all up on everything, but it kept the mud from coming inside really nice. So overall, pretty happy with them. Now we can get out and go ride on the desert and those sort of things, even during the winter. So Kara, what do you think so far?
Better than our test drive with the windshield.
Yeah, with the windshield, the air was just kind of coming around and blowing in on us cold, so this makes a huge difference.
Huge difference, I've noticed, yes.
And we have lots of snow here in Utah this year, so hopefully this makes it so we can get out and use it. What's really nice is most cab kits are going to be way more expensive, and this is way cheaper. It's about 250 bucks for the door panels, And we have experience with some different cab kits, whether it was on our old Razor with tracks or just on that General we were in this weekend up at the cabin. And these seem just as nice.
I mean,
So,
honestly, the amount that we're going to be using them, we don't need to spend a ton of money to enclose our cab.
yeah, it's a few months a year. And it allows us to use it for those few months. And then we can take them off during the summer when we don't really need them. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly cab kit or door panels, go ahead and check out the link down below for Kemimoto on Amazon, and you can get all their different stuff. They have cab kits for basically everything. Razors, Kawasaki's, Yamahas, everything. So if you're looking for a more budget-friendly solution to being able to get out and ride your UTV in the winter without freezing to death, check it out and let us know what you think. As always, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all those sort of things, and enjoy your weekend.